Everybody, this is Brian David Marshall and Marshall Sutcliffe here for GG's Live at Grand Prix Seattle Tacoma. We are in round 15, the last round of Swiss. Pro Tour champion Paul RIETZL is playing against Jesse Wilke. Jesse is up 1-0. The winner of this will advance to the top 8. Draft one more time, possibly play as many as 3 more rounds for the title Grand Prix Seattle Tacoma champion. Can Paul RIETZL come back from being 1 game down? Let's find out.
He's going to lead off with a forest here. Don't know what we're looking at as far as decks go, but we'll figure it out. See a mountain. Uh-oh. We see a fist pump from BDM as a mulch comes onto the table. Now, red-green mulch. It looks like he might have to discard a land here, too.
Yeah, that's fine, right? Like, it's better
for
than...
you just love mulching.
I do.
He has to discard just 1 land there. He hit 3 off of it.
Anyone out there on Twitter who could tell me anything about Jesse Wilke, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I don't recognize him. And we see another BDM favorite.
Yeah.
Loyal Cathar.
When I'm not mulching, I like to be attacking for 2 with Vigilance.
All-star lineup for you here. Is that an ooze?
Yeah,
that's scavenging ooze.
That's the primordial, primeval, invulnerable,
indestructible. We know that.
Predator ooze.
Predator ooze. So this card is really interesting. It's a rare, and it's indestructible as a 1/1 for GGG.
Yep.
And whenever it attacks, you get a +1/+1 counter. And whenever a creature that it did damage to dies, it also gets another +1/+1 counter. So it's like this clock, right?
Yeah.
It's right now it's not that impressive, but the next turn it's going to attack as a 2/2.
So Mike Bergoli, a former Grand Prix top 8 competitor, old timer, he says Jesse Wilke's an old school Seattle player from way back.
Oh, okay. So maybe some of my friends know him. I just haven't seen him around recently.
Mike Bergoli of Mize Tings fame. Founder of Mize Tings.
All right, so we should probably just start to see Paul attack with that Predators every turn for the rest of the game.
Maybe.
I mean, it's also a great blocker.
I mean, it holds everybody down there.
It does, but it's just such a better threat. So he's going to get a +1/+1 counter, and he's just going to... Jesse just snap blocks with the Doom Traveler, cashes it in. So that makes already the Predators as a 3/3. We're going to see this card grow very quickly. It's going to attack for 4 next turn.
Yeah.
Fast. I mean, that's what happens when you play a spell that costs 3 colored mana on turn 3.
So, yeah, again,
Mystics.
confirming Bergoli. Mike Thick, someone who's I've worked with on coverage occasionally back in the early part of the decade. Mm-hmm. He says that Wilke's a super old school Seattle PTQ right now.
Okay.
So, there's a Curiosity. Ooh.
A Curiosity on the Spirit token.
That is old school.
He's going pretty deep here. It does get in, he gets to draw his card. It also counts as a spell for the turn, so the overall Mystics are not going to be transforming, which is a good thing, because that card's a real handful once it gets to the primordial side of things. And we see another Cathar come down. Another blue-white deck. Whoop, man down. All right, he got it. That looks like an Emerwolf.
Jackie Lee and LSV both won. So they're 12-3, crossing their finger. That puts them in crossing finger mode.
Okay, there's like maybe that one.
Right.
Okay.
And John Finkel as well.
Okay.
Also on the old and crusty Magic players chiming in about Jesse Wilke, Ken Kroner.
Okay, I know him.
Says,
no.
And I am old and crusty myself. Don't get rankled by this, Ken.
Yeah.
He says that Jesse Wilke is friends with Brian Hegstein.
Correct.
You missed
and
me.
Phil Furneaux. So he's more and
I
more.
knew who Ken Crowder was.
Yeah.
We
So
have some stuff in common.
he's more of he's a card player, but not necessarily always a Magic player.
Right.
If you understand the implications.
I do, and that's actually where I know him. All right, we see an Emerwolf come down, which if the Mystics gets transformed into Primordials, mean that they will stay that way.
Yeah.
It's also forever. 4/4. And so he's being attacked by 2 4/4s now. Let me look at Jesse here. I'll keep my eye out for him.
There we see Tom Lapilli.
Yeah, Tom Lapilli. He works for Wizards.
Yeah, and Zach Galifianakis, our table judge. Rusty was my writer for that. Don't blame me.
Poor guy. I don't know how often he gets that.
Yeah. You know, he could shave.
The beard was his choice.
No blocks. No backs. 12, right?
Looks like a Don Treader elf's
Yeah.
going to come down here. So Paul's content to just keep developing his board.
He's like, yeah, you can keep attacking and drawing cards with that 1/1.
So did Jesse take 8 there then?
Sure, looks
Or is
like
it
it.
12?
Yeah, looks like it.
Wow, that was a big hit. It looks like the Emmerwolf is going to be able to attack freely
Yeah.
as well, since
Yeah,
it has
that's right.
Intimidate. I mean, I guess we could see a Juggernaut or a Gargoyle or something, but now we see, perhaps not what he wants necessarily, but it's a Demon Mill work. Is there a way he can get that Spirit token to do 20 before he's dead? I'm certainly thinking about it.
I'll sack my loyal card or put my
Looks like he's going to go with plan A here. He is going to be drawing cards.
Okay.
So this thing's going to do 5.
5 and a card.
5 and a card.
I think one.
Cost him a card to do it, kind of. He's going to get that
14 to 12.
loyal
You would
Cathar.
12 me.
Come back as an unhollowed Cathar or whatever, but
I just took
can't
out the
block,
card.
and that's kind of relevant.
Alright, I'll draw from
So
curiosity.
draw a card. He's got 3
I
cards.
tell you, I think he might be able to steal this game.
Go ahead.
I think RIETZL's got this pretty well in hand. I mean, if Jesse can play like 2 spells next turn, then he's got a shot, but like that ooze is going to be hitting for 5 this turn. Oh, increasing savagery.
Oh,
We'll put
oh my God!
5
I-
plus 1 counters on my guy that
You
is
know,
also
I've thought
intimidating.
about it,
Have you?
and actually, I don't think he can steal this game.
The unhollowed cannot block. He's got 1 blocker and 1 blue mana. The blue mana is going to do nothing.
7's coming through.
Best thing he can do is Thought Scour for blue
He
mana.
can take 7 there. He has to block the Predator.
Which is a 5/5 would become a 6/6.
7, 11. Takes 13?
Yeah. Okay. It's just to put a counter on my spirit. That's
7, 11, 13. Am I not adding
Oh,
up?
sorry,
13?
sorry, you're right. I'm
12. It's 14, I think. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Because
the moto. The
Mystics got pumped.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you think about increasing savagery?
I mean,
Do you
I
like
haven't
it?
I haven't played with it yet. I have never opened
It's
it.
not really your style, is it?
No, of course it is. It's not. It's not to like about it.
I guess this does have flashback. It's in green.
Yeah. It's 4 mana for +5/+5 permanently.
Yeah.
And 7 mana to flash it back is not a lot. I love flashback.
And have you seen what you do when you flash it back? You get 10.
10.
Because 5 just wasn't enough, right?
Ooh, stuff on Skype. Getting some updates from the back tables. Oh, so it sounds like we're not going to see any 36-point players getting it.
Okay.
It sounds like it's going to be all players with 37 or more points.
Okay.
So, you know, we know that Prost is in. We know that Huang is in. We know that Romero's in. We're pretty certain that Turtenwald and Bartolome are in.
And does this leave Craig Wesco and Nick Harlow the only 2 players who are at 34?
One of those guys can get in at 37.
We're assuming they're playing each other.
Yeah.
And if they get in at 37, that would be
The winner of this match will be in.
Okay. Wow. So RIETZL could add a top 8 to his resume here.
He's got a handful of GP. He's got a lot of GP ninths.
Oh, he's the guy that gets not.
He has got a lot of ninths.
feel for him there. I mean, he's had success. We get to see RIETZL pretty deep in the tank about his sideboard situations here. What kind of a player is RIETZL? Is he cerebral? Is he instinctual? Is he just
He's like instinctually cerebral.
Okay.
I mean, he's someone who I think would like to make you think that he's just playing loose, but he's actually just really good, really smart, and really puts a lot of tactical thought to what he's doing.
Okay. Because I've seen
And he's
him
able to make
play-
snap reads. His match against Chapin in Paris,
when Chapin was playing the
the
Grixis,
Grixis Tezzeret deck, man, he just put these snap reads on Chapin based on Chapin like semi-bluffing something or tapping his, or making a decision about how he tapped his mana.
And
he's
he just knew.
like, I knew he didn't have it, so I attacked with everything and I killed him.
Wow,
You know what I mean? It's just like, oh,
impressive.
and it's like one of those things where the attack's not right if you think he has anything.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. I don't even remember all
But he
details.
knew, he was confident, he made the play, and he happened to be right too. Yeah.
He was right. I mean, that's the thing, right? His read was spot on.
Yeah.
Like, Chapin tried, making him think something was up in some direction.
He seemed to be very efficient as well when I saw him play. Like, he was playing Boros or something.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a kind of deck that you cannot afford to miss a point of damage. in
No.
a deck like that,
No.
Right? And you need to sequence out your turns in a very specific way to get the maximum
Yeah, he's...
damage.
Paul, by the
Especially
way...
with all the landfalls.
Paul, by the way, has 3 top 8s in his career.
Okay.
Grand Prix level.
Also a Pro Tour champion, and
Yeah.
he also top 8 in Paris after that, right? So he's had a lot of success. Seems to be one of those guys too that kind of can just show up when he wants and seems to be successful.
So,
I mean, he's got a job and girl and stuff.
a DVR. That could be.
How
you go
full
on,
is your
You go on
DVR, dude?
you go on these trips, man. I am not caught up on Walking Dead. I'm not caught up on Luck.
I'll probably have to start recommending shows from like 2006 for you to watch because you're never home.
Have you watched Luck?
No.
Oh man,
Is it good?
you like Deadwood, right? You said you like Deadwood.
Loved
It's
Deadwood.
written by the writer of Deadwood, David Milch.
Milch, yeah.
Yeah, it's about gamblers
Okay.
at a horse racing track,
Okay.
ranging from the most degenerate, shiftless poker
I know
players
some people like that.
to like owners of casinos. It's phenomenal.
Check it out.
So we're underway though here in Game 3.
We got a Doom Traveler for Jesse. He's on the play. This is a decider.
Reckless Wave.
One of my favorite
Yeah, I love
turn
that
one
one,
plays to make. Much better on the play, but you'll take it on the draw. Puts a lot of pressure on Jesse to keep making plays every turn. There's an invisible stalker. Are you surprised that there wasn't an attack there?
A little bit. Maybe he wants to.
What do you think the plan is? Do you think he has
he
a
doesn't
Demon
want to.
Malhalberg?
Yeah.
I mean, you think that would be a trade that he'd be willing to take, right?
Yeah.
Now, Paul's taking the opportunity to just pass the turn back after making his land drop and make a 3-2. Merciless Predator. That was an interesting play. I wonder if we're going to be seeing a Halberd come down, and he's going to use it at the Doom Traveler to hook it up to the Invisible Stalker and just go to town. That obviously is a 4-drop, so we won't be able to see that now. I think we're going to see... I see a Silver Inlaid Dagger in Jesse's hand, but he opted to not cast and equip it this turn.
Well, he's going to transform that Reckless Wave. He's going to play the dagger. He's going to play a little Cathar and transform the Reckless Wave back down.
Wouldn't you rather just have attacked with a Spirit Token here and have the Reckless Wave gone? We'll see. I think we'll probably be able to figure it out as the game goes.
It's a very advanced board state,
I mean,
considering
it's
this
not like
5
Paul's
mana.
going to block. I mean, Paul's not going to block it, but it's like a free.
That's only 4 power. That gives me more. Okay, that's good design. 4-1's
I mean,
fine.
all of the things we're talking about are contingent on Paul blocking, which he's not going to do. And so Paul played Ambush Viper on Jesse's end step and then just played a land and pass turn back again.
He's running Ambush Viper control.
Never plays a spell on his own turn. So now we're going to see the equip happen here almost for sure. Now that's 4 power.
Final attack? Yep. Attack with the invisible stalker and also the royal power.
And it looks like Jesse doesn't mind just... I can't tell if he's attacking with the Loyal Cathar or not. One of the cards that we're going to have to look to see that I'm kind of glad is in the format now is Torch Fiend. If we can get a Torch Fiend down to take care of the equipment, it kind of brings Invisible Stalker back down to a manageable level. Actually kind of makes it bad. And Torch Fiend is a card that you're never main decking Ancient Grudge, but you'll throw a Torch Fiend in your deck if you're red.
Heather Balovich, your event is waiting for you. Please report to the public events stage. Heather Balovich.
Okay, so it looks like the Cathar is attacking. And Paul says, sure, the call.
Oh, there's
and
an Ancient
Ink Grudge
Grudge.
out of the board. Great.
I'll take one.
You know what would have been interesting there? Although, I guess it wouldn't have been a long-term solution, but, Faith Shield says permanent. Right?
Yeah.
But Paul could have just flashed back to next turn. Whoa.
What just happened?
Well, I think that Jesse was going to put the Unhallowed Cathar into play, but I think he's actually...
He's realized he doesn't want to end his turn yet?
He might not want to end his turn yet, yeah.
That does not come back into play until his turn.
Yeah.
There we go.
The next end step. Beginning of the next end step, and that was it.
Your buddy John, by the way, 11th or in 1.
Okay.
Ends the tournament.
Great run for John.
Yeah, man.
He's a fantastic... He's got a top 8, a GP top 8 under his belt as well. It's really rooting for him to get there. I'm not ashamed
Yeah, I
to
believe
say.
his picture that he uses on Twitter is from his top 8
It
there.
is. He also brings up his top 8 every single time he can. He's very proud of it, as he should be. Paul says, I attack you, and I play... Wow,
Tormented
Pariah. Okay. Not exactly a premium card, but I'm starting to think that we're going to be seeing a Moon Mist at some point here. Or at least that there's one floating around in Paul's deck somewhere. That's usually what happens when you start seeing the Pariahs come out.
Yep.
Although he does have the Timberwolf as well.
Yep. Take it. 15.
Jam in there, and it's like Paul says no sir to the trade, and just takes 3 damage.
Yep.
And we see a card I like a lot in Midnight Guard.
Yeah?
Get a Wolf Hunter's Quiver on that and make your opponent very unhappy.
Oh, we figured out that, by the way, you could also put Wolf Hunter's Quiver on Galvanic Juggernaut.
Yes!
That was the card we couldn't think of when we were thinking about
that was it.
our quiver combos.
Oh, man. Ugh, so good. I'm glad they made Quiver cost 5 to equip because that card's very good.
Build your own big dumb
5/5
your
pinger.
big dumb goblin sharpshooter.
Yeah. All right, so the Ember Wolf comes down.
If you are interested in playing...
And we're going to see a travel preparations.
All right.
We've also got the plane sitting there for the flashback next turn.
You may now register for the
And we're in.
They're both 5-4. Yep.
So those are both +2/+2 right now. Thanks to the Hammer Wolf.
Yes. So we've got a 5/4 and a 5/4.
Wow.
Jesse does not look happy about it, but he's got some chump blocks and some options here. Not take the full 10 at least.
Block. Pass.
He does
So
decide to block.
I'm looking through the standings. I know that Ian Bartolome and Craig Wesco, and Owen Turtenwald drew.
Yeah.
Like if Craig Wesco wins, I feel like there's just a wrench in the works.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean?
Because of that kind of outlier of the two players.
Yeah, well,
that
because
we've seen.
Wesco's tiebreakers are just so good.
Yeah. Might steal a spot.
That doesn't flip that. It's not human enough. It's a werewolf. It's going to be a long night.
Sure, Jesse has in his hand here, but he is deep in the tank. Paul's putting a lot of pressure on him.
Not blocking.
Well, looks like he's decided that in order to win this game, he's going to have to raise. Paul is representing lethal damage currently. He's got 12 points of power on the board. But, you know, if Jesse plays a creature here, he gets to untap his Midnight Guard. You see one island in Jesse's hand. That looks like a Fiend Hunter.
That is a Fiend Hunter.
And he's actually going to do it to the Emerald Wolf. That takes an unblockable creature off the board and also takes 2 power away from each, or 1 power each.
It also means he can transform the werewolves.
Right. I think Jesse needs to untap his. Yeah, the Midnight Guard's not a May ability.
That's not?
No. So he needs. There we go.
Yes, I wanted to check and make sure it was a mandatory before.
So Paul's sussing it out. He's got the travel preps in his graveyard, although it doesn't seem. Well, actually, it is relevant here, isn't it? I mean, if Jesse doesn't want to die this turn, he's going to block with the Midnight Guard either way. But giving Paul back.
That's a 4. That's a 4/3 Tormented Prior.
Yeah, they're both 4/3s.
Both 4/3s.
And you can make them both 5/4s.
But that only puts Jesse to 2 if he doesn't block.
And Paul's at 9. How much power does Jesse have up on?
Not 9.
Okay, and he does
I've
have to
added it
block.
up, and it is exactly not 9.
Okay. Your
Our
mathematician.
house finance sealed players. That's
I believe 7, right?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
5 additional turns.
Now, if he has a moment of heroism.
Yep. But if Paul flashes back travel preps and attacks him, then he forces Jesse to have something. And we see that Jesse's got blue-white open. So what are the type of things that he could have? I mean, he's not in range of any of the really dangerous cards that Paul wouldn't want to see, which all cost 3. Midnight Haunting, Rebuke, Bell Ringers.
Break a Day is also really bad for him.
Break a Day. Oh, Break a Day is an out if Jesse was able to take it. Paul is really agonizing. This is a key point in this game. He does not want to screw this up. Look at him. That is a look of somebody thinking very, very hard. Yeah, he even gave the.
Don't worry, Orin Alchemist. We know about Death Touch and the Quiver.
Yes, we
We're
do.
just trying to unlock all of our Quiver achievements.
Yeah.
He takes it to
No,
Jesse.
he did not.
Yeah.
Flashback to travel preparations. So his read is either that there is no trick, or he's got a follow-up play that's going to prevent him from dying, or he's hoping that Jesse, I don't know, maybe makes a mistake or something. Like depending on what Paul has in his hand. I don't know what that card is.
No thanks.
Looks like Jesse says, "I'm going to take it."
Yeah.
Because if Paul has nothing, then it gives Jesse a couple of potential outs.
Sure.
Your turn.
Jesse's at 4. Transform Tormented Pariah. Break a Day, Moment of Heroism, Rally the Peasants.
He has 7 power right now.
7 power.
Skillful Lunge.
Skillful Lunge, yeah. All of these cards end the game. Put Jesse Wilke into the top 8. Send Paul RIETZL to the rail.
Paul RIETZL's sitting on.
To the team drafting tables.
This is stressful too, because even if Jesse has one of those cards, Paul's sitting on 5 open mana and 2 cards.
Sure.
He's got white, red, and green available to him. There's a lot of cards that.
Sure. Rebuke Stone Volley.
That would be the game. course, he can't play around that. Right now he's got a 2-turn clock, so he needs to make sure that he can get enough damage in, get blocks, and then on the other turn, if he
That's
draws
the thing,
what
like,
he needs,
Paul
he'll
knows
kill.
he attacks, so he knows that unless Jesse has the kill, he can't just.
Bash in with everything.
Yeah.
He's going to probably swing with the Stalker and the Cathar.
And if he's got a creature, he'll probably attack with the Midnight Guard as well.
Yes, if he's got a follow-up creature, yeah. Or a Bell Ringer would be nice. Midnight Haunting, stuff that just affects the board. Instant speed where Paul is going to have to just hope he doesn't.
You can't block. I know what you're doing. Okay, and that's exactly what he does. Unblockable, can't block, and untapper all attack.
Yep. So this would do 5. So he is trying to set up the 2-turn clock here.
Round 1, pairings. Once again, 2-headed giant for stake. Round 1, pairings.
I'm not blocking. Last barrier.
So Paul's thinking.
Alright, I got 4.
He says, okay, go to 4. This has been a very, you can tell, can you feel the stress level of these guys? Like, they do not want to lose this game. These guys are
4-4.
clawing at each other to stay in this thing. This is for top 8. This is why we play. Get into these moments. One guy gets a bad beat story, one guy gets a top 8. I'll tell you, where's Wild Hunger when you need it?
Attention players excited for the standard win box.
So on end step,
Standard win box number 9.
I believe on end step. It was on end step.
Yep.
So Harvest Pyre, Spirit Cloak. And there was no creature follow-up
Right.
from Jesse's end. So he has to have something here. Because Paul has 2 lethal creatures.
Yep. And so even if he doesn't have something, even if he has one thing here,
It has to be a creature.
and then he's going to still need to block as well with the Fiend Hunter. He's going to get the Emerald Wolf.
Well, if he has a flash creature, he gets to untap his Midnight Guard. Okay,
He
blocks
doesn't.
him, just didn't
Paul
have it.
RIETZL, 4th Grand Prix top 8 of his
I couldn't
career.
harvest fire that thing because I
It's kind of-
die if he has anything.
And he's explaining his
I untap
play.
his Midnight Guard too if I harvest fire that.
Ben Stark's like, that was terrible.
I had to light on the
Wow,
top anyway.
that was an intense game.
Yeah.
Couple laughs.
Jesse really scrapped hard.